Now it's back to work today for Connecticut lawmakers. We're going to preview some of the big ticket issues legislators are hoping to address during a special session. Angela Bavaro is going to join us ahead with what's going on at the Capitol.
Plus, a public health crisis. This one isn't a disease, but something police have been grappling with for years. The message from the nation's top doctor about gun violence.
Also, thousands of firefighters in Connecticut are now part of a class action lawsuit. We'll tell you why they're suing the company that makes their protective gear. Brooke Griffin has those details.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock. Thanks so much for starting off your day here with us at Fox 61, Fox 61 Plus, America area.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. This is going to be the hottest, most humid day of the week, it looks like. So let's get right over to meteorologist Rachel Piscatelli. Good morning. Maybe some storms today?
Actually, later on today. It looks like they're going to arrive after that sun goes down.
Okay.
But we do have that severe thunderstorm risk later on today, too. So hot and humid today with some storms tonight. We'll watch for that. Right now over in Groton, it's a nice start to the morning. When you step out the door, the dew points and the measure of moisture in the air is overall comfortable. 67 degrees right now in Groton with winds out of the south, around 5 miles per hour. Temperature 74 degrees, Danbury 71. New Haven 67 degrees in Willimantic. And taking a look at our current dew points, they're in the upper 50s to low 60s. But as we approach the afternoon, so late morning, early afternoon, that humidity continues to rise steadily, peaking in the afternoon, feeling almost tropical-like with high temperatures today up around 90 degrees again. I think most of the day ends up being dry. It's towards this evening and into tonight we're increasing that chance for a spotty shower and then a line of thunderstorms that moves through, and one or two of those could be on the strong to severe side, so it may be a bit rocky overnight tonight. 92 degrees the high temperature in Hartford, 88 degrees in New Haven today, 93 in Windsor Locks. We'll walk you through the hour by hour coming up in just a bit. 6:02 right now on the roads. Symphony, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. Let's check out how the morning commute is shaping up on this Wednesday. Almost forgot what day it is. Wednesday. Smooth sailing so far. We are starting to see some of those construction zones wrap up. So if you come across one of those areas, make sure you're looking out for workers and you slow down through those construction zones. Right now, taking a live look at 84 in East Hartford as folks are making their way into the capital city this morning. Traffic volume picking up. Now we are taking a look out in Milford. Things picking up along 95 as well. Let's wrap with a quick look. Oh, this is out of order here. All right, Hartford drive times. Smooth sailing on 91, 84, and Route 2. Now let's wrap with a quick look at our New Haven drive times here. Minor slowdown reported on 95 South heading to Bridgeport, which is what we saw reflected on that Milford camera. Speeds down to 45 miles per hour. We have your next update coming up at 6:30.
Well, it's back to the Capitol today for Connecticut lawmakers as they're going to meet in a special session to take up several issues.
Yeah, and one of those issues involves potential changes to the state's vehicle property tax program. We have Angela Bavaro joining us with more details on what's expected. Angela, good morning.
Erica, Tim, good morning. And the timing of this special session, all for a reason. Governor Lamont and Democratic leadership say they want to make changes to the vehicle property tax program to protect the public from potential tax increases that are scheduled to take effect over the coming months. Now, lawmakers are considering action to stop a tax increase on commercial vehicles. A new law is set to take effect this fall that would classify those vehicles as a business's personal property. Towns and cities can tax that property at a higher rate than the state mandated cap on the personal property tax. And that has businesses worried that future tax bills could be much higher than they are right now. Now, another notable item on that agenda, potentially restoring a ban on construction managers self-performing subcontracting work on school construction projects. That practice was originally banned back in 2022, and that was following the federal investigation into the former head of the state's Office of School Construction, Costa Diamantis. Lawmakers then reversing course on the ban this year, but Governor Lamont is pushing to reinstate the policy to promote transparency and competition. Now, another issue on the table for this special session, relieving employers, including tax-exempt organizations that kept employees on payroll throughout the pandemic and got that federal employee retention credit from the burden of interest payments. Specifically, those are payments attributable to a new federal program rather than any willful underpayment by the taxpayer. Guys, I will send things back to you at the desk.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. 6:05 right now, and police in Hartford are looking for more information about a shooting that took place in the middle of the day. Officers responded at the first block of Hillside Ave. They found a man in his 30s who was shot. He was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. If you saw what happened, if you know anything, call police. The nation's top doctor calling gun violence a public health crisis in this country, as more than half of Americans in a recent poll say they have experienced some form of gun-related crisis themselves. Meantime, here at home, Connecticut's Deputy Commissioner of Public Health says the announcement should be a wake-up call for the state. Local hospital officials saying now is the time to talk about gun safety in your community.
Talk about responsible gun ownership. Talk about ensuring that firearms are stored safely. And in any home where your child spends time, make sure of that. Ask questions and ensure that when people do own firearms, that they're storing them correctly.
Our state lawmakers passed a bill 2 years ago that they say has done a good job looking at gun violence in Connecticut from a public health perspective.
Got an update now on two toddlers who nearly drowned, allegedly at the hands of their father. We now know those children are out of the ICU. Police said their father, Romney Disronville, was trying to drown them at Dawson Avenue Beach last weekend. The twins are still being treated at Yale New Haven Children's Hospital. Now, West Haven's mayor said the children still have a ways to go before they're fully recovered.
Connecticut firefighters coming together to sue the companies making the turnout gear that they wear for protection when they're out on the scene.
Yeah, the suit states that the gear is made with high levels of chemicals that are known to cause cancer and other sicknesses. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is live in Hampden with more on that story. Brooke, good morning.
Hi, good morning to you. The lawsuit states that the chemicals in the firefighters' suits are known to cause cancer, infertility, and other diseases. And the firefighters here in Hampden are just one of the 6 plaintiffs that are named on that case at this point. And the attorneys for the unions painted a pretty vivid picture, explaining how the firefighting suits are made and how those chemicals can have an impact on humans. They say the gear is contaminated with PFAS, a known carcinogen, and what's called a forever chemical. They say the chemicals rub off onto the person's skin as they wear the gear, and that absorption gets worse the more that they sweat. The attorneys represent the Uniformed Professional Firefighters Association and 5 unions in this case: Stamford, Groton, Fairfield, Hampton, and Stratford, which adds up to about 4,000 firefighters. They're going after the companies of DuPont, 3M, and others, asking for at least $5 million in damages at this point. They also want each company to stop making turnout gear with those chemicals and to contribute to medical testing for any illnesses stemming from the use of the contaminated gear. And the attorneys say in this case they are actually seeking class action status, so that way every firefighter in Connecticut, they're all wearing that gear, can get in on the loop on this and take part in the lawsuit. Live in Hampden, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Brooke, thanks. We'll check back throughout the morning.
Yeah. New Haven City Hall and the Board of Education are alerting hundreds of people about a data security breach. They said hackers stole personal info like names, dates of birth, social security numbers, and more. They said these were the same hackers who stole $6 million from the school system last year, although all that money has since been recovered. At this point, the city says it doesn't believe there have been any instances of identity theft coming from this data theft.